Next, we have Dr. Sachin Kumar Tiwary. Dr. Sachin Kumar Tiwary's presentation and details I will just share in a bit with all of you. Just give me a moment. But in the meanwhile, I'd like to also thank once again all the speakers. And as Chamu Krishna Shastri ji had mentioned right at the beginning, this is the first of its kind coming together of these kind of views from his point of view, at least as seen from the Bharatiya Bhasha Pariwar, Bharatiya Bhasha Samiti point of view. So it is something not run of the mill, and I think Dr. Sushant G's presentation is one case in point on why we saw some fairly, in my experience at least, previously undiscussed or some new facets which are coming into the conversation in this regard. So I'll just give a minute more to see if there are any specific questions. And if there aren't any, let me just look at it once again. I don't see any. So we will keep looking at the Q&A box for questions specific to the presentations. I realize that one might feel like asking questions which you might have had in your mind, which might be kind of tangentially related to the larger topic. But in the interest of time and the interest of the efforts that the scholars have put in to present what they have presented today, I request that the questions are specific to their presentation, and any such question we would be happy to actually take. So coming now to Dr. Sachin Kumar Tiwary's presentation. He is an assistant professor at the Department of AI, HC and Archaeology at Banaras Hindu University. He is going to speak today on exploring the ancient heritage of India and archaeological perspective. Now, he's going to talk from the primarily from the perspective of archaeology. We have seen two linguistics-based presentation earlier, one geneticist speaking earlier. So this explains why this symposium is multidisciplinary. With those words, I will invite Dr. Tiwary to share his views. Over to you, Dr. Tiwary.
आप सभी को नमस्कार. It is an honor to present online today, surrounded by esteemed scholars and enthusiasts of our rich genetic, linguistic, and archaeological heritage. My presentation spans 20 slides dedicated to a significant period of India's past. And I aim to illustrate the remarkable journey of human presence in India from the lower Paleolithic era to the present day, showcasing the unbreakable legacy of our past through the lens of tangible heritage. Actually, as you all know, the heritage of India is vast and intricate. It's just so huge. So it is impossible to encapsulate in a single presentation. Therefore, I have chosen carefully selected examples from various periods, offering glimpses into the hundreds of archaeological sites that dot our land. As an archaeologist, I must draw your attention to the challenges we face in accurately dating and interpreting prehistoric sites. While we do our some pieces dates from specific sites, the limited excavation of prehistoric locations we have in India, different climatical zone and geography, we have a lack of interdisciplinary approaches in excavation methodology we are facing, and also sometimes the financial constraints hinder our progress. So despite these challenges, the discoveries we make and the knowledge we gain from excavations contribute immensely to our understanding of India's past. With the first slide, in light of my topic, I would like to show the points given on the left side. I will discuss in my presentation these issues right from the prehistoric period to the protohistoric, then agricultural revolution, and with the AIT debate in short. So just for basic understanding the role of archaeology, I have mentioned the four important aspects in context of role of archaeology, but the most important things which I like, archaeology creates a link between the past and the present, enabling groups in the present to connect with the richness and complexity of their ancestry. So these are some of the important aspects of archaeology. Beginning with the proposed theory, as Professor Chaube sir also discussed about this, out of Africa, dispersal around as early as 270,000 years ago, suggested that humans migrated from Africa to different parts of the world, including the Indian subcontinent. But the recent research is done on the land of India, especially I'm talking about the Tirampakkam led by Dr. Shanti Papu Madam, and the team members are both from India and foreign, collaboratively established modern human migration from the land of India around 385,000 years ago. The studied site Atirampakkam, located in Tamil Nadu, I think it is well-known sites now in the world, revealed the transition from Acheulean here also stand for the lower Paleolithic period, that is 385,000, to Middle Paleolithic, that is 172,000. So the culture we have from right from the Acheulean to Middle Paleolithic, and we have the good transition. The finding suggests complex interactions between local development in India and global transformations in the Middle Paleolithic cultures. Why? Because the similar aspects recorded in Africa and Europe. This is proved by the luminescence dating and tool types, similar process recorded in Africa and Europe, challenging previous model that tied the origin of Indian Middle Paleolithic culture to modern human dispersals after approximately 125,000. There are some other findings and new researches on YTT, youngest Toba Tuff, a volcanic event that occurred around 74,000 in Indonesia. The YTT eruption considers Earth's most extensive volcanic event in the past 2 million years and had far-reaching effects on the atmosphere, climate, and ecosystems. The research on the impact on the climate, on the human, on the population of contemporary, it is still going on. But the findings hint at the possibility of modern human in India at the time of YTT event, supporting the early presence of modern humans in South Asia, which already Professor Gyaneswar sir discussed. You can see in the map the Toba deposits reported from several locations in India. The lower image shows the white deposit. That white is actually the ashes of that volcano, which is reported from the Jureru River Valley. So Jureru River Valley is very famous because the Jwalapuram site located in Kurnool district of Andhra Pradesh is from that river valley. The research team understand the influence of the YTT eruption on climate, environments, and hominins. They have understood that there was some influence of this eruption on climate, environments, and hominin population at that time. They also confirmed that the thickness of this volcanic ash at Jwalapuram is 2.55 meters. So you can understand the thickness and the size of the volcano. So indicating the widespread impact of the volcanic event in the region. The pre-Toba archaeological layer, that is 77,000-year-old, and the post-Toba layer, that is 74,000-year-old. And in both the cases, the stone tools assemblies associated with the Middle Paleolithic. The stone tools assemblies in pre and post Toba layers exhibit similarities, including a unidirectional core, blades, and retouched flakes. These are some of the technical terms of archaeological tool typology. The research provides firm chronological evidence of hominins presence in the Jureru River Valley immediately before and after the YTT eruption. Another research in context of Middle Son River Valley, the site name is Dhaba, which is located in Madhya Pradesh, providing evidence of human occupation spanning around 80,000-year-old, including the Toba eruption. Toba eruption also reported from here. I showed you the map of this site location also over the Indian map. So again, similar like Jureru River Valley, here in the Middle Son River Valley, we have the evidence of Toba eruption. The Dhaba, actually, the name of the site is Dhaba locality, exhibit an unchanging stone tool industries until the introduction of macrolith technology. So we have the evidence of human presence in continuation. So macrolith industry around 48,000-year-old we have from here. So right from 80,000 to 48,000-year-old continuity we have from this site. The lithic industry resembles Middle Stone Age from Africa and Arabia. And the important aspect that the tool types of this site, which is we means archaeologists find out, that is the earliest artifact similar to the Australia, and that is suggesting it is the result of Homo sapiens dispersing eastward out of Africa. The research also addresses the debate surrounding the timing of Homo sapiens arrival in India, the material culture signature, and the impact of the Toba eruption on hominin populations. So in light of this, Dhaba contributes crucial evidence for the period between 80,000 to 50,000. Now I'm moving to the Narmada Valley. The photographs are from the Narmada Valley. For along the site Hathnora, the well-known sites, well studied by the ASI, GSI, and Anthropological Survey of India, was studied by many paleoanthropologists and archaeologists. So the recent fieldwork at Hathnora has provided new insights, emphasizing the need for further research in the Narmada Basin. The team found faunal remains categorized into two significant morphotypes emerged. The first morphotype is robust tall hominin, and this is recognized as a unique hybrid Homo heidelbergensis associated with the mega terrestrial fauna and the late Acheulean toolkits, and the dating is around 300,000 to 150,000. And the second morphotype is short and stocky hominins, and that is designated as a Homo narmadensis species associated with the middle to upper Paleolithic industry, and the date is about 150,000 to 100,000, and persisting until approximately 40,000. So right from 300,000 to 40,000 means we have the continuity of human presence over this valley. So till now we understood the early human presence by their bones, lithic assemblies, and several geological and other datings. But in spite of these, we have great legacy of rock art from the lower Paleolithic period to the date still preserved in our society. However, it is essential to mention that in contrast to the dated rock art of Europe and Australia, which utilize several direct dating methods for pigment analysis, the chronology of Indian rock art still needs to catch up by using such scientific advances. I think it is the lacuna is from our side because the collaborative teams we do not have, as we can see from in the land of means in the several institutions in Europe and Australia, they have interdisciplinary teams, those who are working for the rock art study. So even then, one can see the available dates of rock art right from the 40,000 to 2,000 based on the relative and absolute dating method mentioned in the chart, based on the scholars who worked, what period they have assigned on the basis of what, and what are those sites from where the studies had done. So in context of rock art, the most important site which is recently studied under the EIP project, this site is Darki Chattan. This is cave of the Darki Chattan. And here the archaeologists find out 500 cupules. You can see in the lower, this figure is called cupules. And this is dated to 700,000 to 200,000 year old. And this is the world's second oldest date of rock art after Africa. So this is again proving the human presence over this land. This site also has the stone tools of the lower Paleolithic period. So the research is still going on in the context of Darki Chattan. This slide is just an example showing the great legacy of rock art from 40,000 year old to the present. All these rock art reported from the Vindhyan range and are the only source of understanding of our ancestors' social behavior at that time, what kind of dresses they had, technology, family concept, hunting methodology, etc. This side is just an example showing the great legacy of rock art even today. Among the Orav and Kharwar tribe of the Kamur range perform their karma festivals around the karma tree or branch, which is beautifully painted over the wall belonging to the prehistoric period. Though I have used the term prehistoric period, but the date is based on the lithic assemblies. We do not have the scientific dates. We have to wait for the scientific dates. So not only have lower, middle, and upper Paleolithic artifacts proven the presence of humans from very early times over the land of India, but their excellent continuity across South Asia is proven with the extensive means microlith industries. So we have the existence of microliths, but there are some differences in their chronology and characteristics. Microlith industries, as you can see in the map, in North India can be traced back to the middle Paleolithic period, that is 45,000 year old, upper Paleolithic period, that is 40,000 to 10,000 year old, and continued into the Mesolithic period, that is 10,000 to 4,000 year old, and even in the Iron Age, that is 2,000 year old. So this is the scenario of North India. But in context of South India, microlith industries are associated with the Mesolithic period, which occurred around 10,000 to 4,000. So the type and technology of these tools are more or less the same in the both region. And the presence of these shared characteristics can be attributes to the sustained cultural interactions that occurred between the North and South region. This enduring contact is sustained by tangible evidence. And this kind of tangible evidence we have in archaeological context and is complemented by the intangible linguistic evidence, as we are talking about the Bharatiya Bhasha Pariwar. And this kind of intangible linguistic evidence that binds the Indian subcontinent together. Though sometimes we feel variation because of different geographical zones, cultural practices, and vastly changing, changing community behavior, but the core is same, I should say. So in the other aspects of archaeological context, you can see the study of agriculture revolution typically focuses on identifying and understanding ancient agriculture practices, when it was started and what kind of grains they used, they produced, they cultivated, and their impact on prehistoric, protohistoric, and historical societies. So North India, Northwest India, and South India have rich cultural histories right from the 8000 BCE. In Northwest India, the Indus Valley Civilization, or we also call it Sindhu-Saraswati River Valley Civilization, was a significant civilization with advanced agricultural practices. And that is proven by the archaeological evidences such as well-planned cities, granaries, irrigation system, suggests a well-developed agrarian system with crops like wheat, barley, pulses. Another archaeological evidence, we have the presence of standardized weights and measure system that also indicates efficient agricultural population and trade. So these photographs, which I have used in this slide, is from Mehergarh, and this is the great evidence of cereal crops that is belonging to 8,000 to 7,000 BCE. Similarly, there are more than 20 sites from the Middle Gangetic Plain. Those 20 sites I'm talking, those sites which are studied very well. And these sites are proven the evidence of rice cultivation, and the date is from 9,000 to 5,000. Especially the oldest date is 9,000 year old from Lahura Deva in Uttar Pradesh, excavated by the State Archaeology Uttar Pradesh. The other figures in this slide, you can see the bottom one, right corner, dishonest and statite beads, which are the specialty of the mature Harappan artifacts reported from the Lahura Deva. According to the scholars and the team, they are saying and they are proving the connectivity between the Middle Gangetic Plain to the Sindhu-Saraswati River Valley civilization. So this is again proving the connectivity between the Northwest and the Middle Gangetic Plain. So the scholars of paleobotany, such as Dr. Jennifer Bates, believe that these exchanges can be proven by understanding the agricultural products reported from both the regions, sharing with each other. So the research is on this aspect is still going on, which is very close to the opinion. As you can see in this slide, the cultivation of rice in the Middle Gangetic Plain and the cultivation of other cereals like wheat and barley, and the presence of rice over there, over the northwestern part of India, and the presence of wheat and barley over the Middle Gangetic Plain. This is proving the connectivity between these two great regions. So moving to the next slide, under the AIT debate, it was said that horses, chariots were not present in India before 1500 BC. It was noted that individuals from Eurasia arrived in India on horseback and wrote the Vedas. It was believed that There is no archaeological evidence of existence of chariots in period when the Indo-Aryan speakers were arrived in the northwestern Indian subcontinent. So now there are many archaeological sites, not now, I think even the 40 years back, such as Mehergarh, Rakhigadi, Banavali, where the spoked wheel have reported. Even some of the wheels made of terracotta, made of metal, those artifacts which are made of terracotta having the spokes, painted spokes. Some of the spokes are shown with the high relief and greatly reported. And recently, an archaeological site, Sanauli, the great discovery, also a life-size chariot from India, reported. So it revealed evidence of chariot made of wood, and that is also veneered with the copper metal. And this is a great piece of evidence. And in spite of this evidence, a chariot tied to a pair of bullocks was also retrieved from the Dhalavira. Other than this, a copper bull cart from late Harappan sites of Daimabad proves the evidence of a chariot. And if I will discuss in context of rock art, so even more than 20 rock art sites in India belonging to the Chalcolithic period, especially in the Vindhyan rock shelters and Deccan range, where the painted chariots pulled by 2 or 4 horses are depicted, and many pulled by the bulls are also reported. So this work is greatly done by Dr. Erwin Neumayer. So under the AIT debate, similar opinion was on horse. In comparison, the horse is reported from the Neolithic level at Kodakal and Hallur of Karnataka, and from many Sindhu Saraswati River Valley civilization sites. The archaeological remains of horse as an artifacts reported from Lothal, from Mohenjo-daro, are well studied, published, and the remains of bone of horse also means reported from Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Sikarpur, Kuntasi, Surkodda. The black and white photograph is from Surkodda, Kalibanga, Ropar, Malvan, Lothal. These are the sites are well recorded the evidence of horse. Even the Allahabad University, under the leadership of G.R. Sharma, identified horse fossils from Koldiva and Mahagada, and both the sites are in Velan Valley of Prayagraj district, Uttar Pradesh. They had also dated those remains, means carbon dating, ranging from 2265 BCE to 1480 BCE. So there are hundreds of evidence of horse. Even in context of rock art, more than 100 sites we have where the horses are reported. And if I use the relative dating method, so in that context, those horses are belonging to the late phase of prehistoric period. So not only this, under the to showing the continuity of our Vedic tradition, right from the Indus Valley civilization, there are several tangible evidences to prove the evidence of Vedic tradition, and the date is ranging from 6,000 year old, such as the use of sindoor, linga with yoni, swastak symbol, namaskar posture. All these evidences are reported from the Indus Valley civilization. So I think now it is useless to discuss about the AIT debate. So now, in the end, I will summarize the whole slide in this table. And this table is showing the continuity of human presence in India from 385,002 till date. And some of the elements like in context of rock art and in context of Mother Goddess worship, these things are even continue even today, like the evidence of Baghor, that is the date is 12,000 year old, and some of the paintings right from the 40,000 to till date we have continue even among the today's tribal society, tribal community of the India. So in light of these evidences, we can say the continuity of our human presence in our civilization means it is very old and it is very great. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Namaste. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Sachin Tiwary, for a well-structured presentation. As you can see, he has included in his slides on the left all the points that he has covered during today's discussion, and he has gone through each one of them in detail. Dr. Tiwary, would you look into the Q&A box and see if there are any questions that you would like to answer? Some of them have come during your presentation. Many of them are, one of them at least is an appreciation, etc. But I think there was one question about some tools
Okay.
near Chennai.
Okay, I will answer.
I don't know if you want to.
I will answer
Yes.
them.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and answer it right now?
Yeah, I'm
Or-
typing. I'm giving the
Oh,
answer.
you're typing, you will answer. Perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, that would be good. Okay. So with that, well-structured presentation by Dr. Tiwary from a perspective of archaeology